As born and raised in Hong Kong, I believe artists in this chaotic city tend to explore objects in space, and often beginning with the domestic, the mundane and everyday. My artwork was initiated in this old Chinese building on the 18th floor, a small home studio where I lived. The scenery I draw is all based on this small apartment, a living room, or just a bed in my artworks and generate new narratives. This work is aimed to create a sense of estrangement with the familiar, forming quiet moments that escape the purview of the everyday, evoking calm and tranquility. I want to re-establish my viewer's perception of space and to evoke the questions of place and memory of the personal. By chance, I went to Kabakov exhibition in London. There's an artwork about an imaginative man who flew into space from his small apartment. To the artist who is from a communist society which is full of pressure, they believe in a way to escape from the reality to a better world. The metaphor of escapism, of fear, it's universal. And I looked into our society. How often do we talk to each other instead of using our electronic devices to communicate? We are actually running out of our sensitivity to space around us. So here's the questions: how to recall our sensitivities. People react to their surroundings differently, yet at common, we all tend to hallucinate. According to neuroscientists, we are hallucinating all the time. We imagine things, we see things, we fantasize. When we are about our hallucinations, we call it reality. In other words, we daydream. By seeing different interesting phenomena in our human behavior, I document it through photographies in terms of methods. I use drawing as a medium, collect the scenery and objects, deconstruct it, and morph it into our human landscapes. The second method is to continuing building on a narratives. As such, I started to develop a basic figure of this project. It illustrates a possibility of the emotional landscape of a body becoming manifest in its surface. Visually, the way a body grows with floating particles can be seen as a metaphor in which we become incapacitated by the emotional landscape we live, and over which we have little control. I want to incorporate the figures as imaginative symbol to raise the art of daydreaming and bridge the reality to my viewers' imaginations. One day I looked into an image of clouds and imagined it into forms of human shapes. These shapes are floating within the landscapes, which I believe we often pass. I start to morph it by incorporating these symbols with my imaginations in paintings. And I would like to source a new angle to see our reality, to find a new way to ease our sorrow through these ordinary subjects and sceneries. So my next step, I'm planning to document the daydreams of others, to encourage interactiveness, collect it, and recreate it. I will also look deeper on theory like dream art, based on religious content, for example, Mark Chagall, and different creative figures in legend and myths to get further inspirations. After gathering all the data and created an amount of artworks, the final outcomes can be presented in a non-linear format or incorporating the MR. However, I would say this project is more like an experimental documentary process, which there are endless possibilities.